we would like to introduce you to our Earth medium, Carolyn Page, who will guide you through the process of freedom from fear. We have much to say, as does our dearest Carolyn. May you join us in the journey your soul has intended for you. We are about to enter the next phase of our writings, dearest. In this phase, we shall be asking you to participate more than ever. Do you agree? Yes, I'd love to participate more. Well done, dearest. On we go. How long have you been working with us? I've been working with you since the late 80s. However, back then you presented as Michael or Soul Friend. Soul Friend, dearest? Yes, you presented to me as a grand artist of the Shakespearean times. Do go on, dearest. Michael, or Soul Friend, as he was known to those we counselled, dearest? Yes, we, Michael and I, counselled those who came to me for spiritual counselling. I had been channeling Michael within a spiritual circle, and he advised that we would counsel together those who came to seek guidance. Previous to this, I had facilitated meditation groups and one-to-one counselling via clairvoyance. Clairvoyance, dearest? Yes, I had been clairvoyant for most of my life. I knew things about others and myself in a manner that came easily for me. Easily, dearest? I found spiritual appreciations exciting and very satisfying. It became a normal event for me to assist others in this way. And then, dearest, I became, along with my second husband, the leaders of the Bowral Spiritual Church in New South Wales, Australia, for a short period. During this time, I was often the visiting medium at other spiritual church gatherings and gave afterlife evidence to those attending. You spoke to the so-called dead? Yes, that is exactly what I did. Did you enjoy this time, dearest? I did enjoy this time. Anything to do with spirit was wonderful. However, dearest, we know that this period in your life came to an abrupt end, did it not? Yes, indeed it did. During 2005, I was inspired to join a spiritual forum. It was there that you, the collective consciousness, gave me the understanding that what had gone before had been an experience that was not quite true. Indeed, dearest, do go on. You informed me that what I had been experiencing had been a part of a fantasy. That is, I was having an experience, much like the experiences of many. Yes, dearest, do go on. I was having an experience that was part of the myth of being human. Just as there are those experiencing being an accountant, a builder, a shopkeeper, a labourer, I was having the experience of being a soothsayer, a medium in contact with the dead. This came as quite a surprise, dearest. Indeed it did. I was quite taken aback, as were those others on the forum. It created quite a stir, especially amongst those who were working along the same vein as myself as mediums. We remember this vividly, dearest. Do you remember the hostility this information generated? Yes, I do. It was almost tangible. How so, dearest? The shock of what you said through me was to the effect that I was experiencing a role, one that was false. You said it was time for the myths to end, that the Earth experience was to begin a new phase of truth. This brought consternation to many, dearest. Yes, indeed it did, and I understood it then as I understand it today. Many were upset, to say the least, when advised that their experience was not what they'd thought it to be. Thought it to be, dearest? Many spiritualists, especially those who believe themselves to be channeling souls of a more advanced position, I've found, do have a sense of elitism. To be advised that this was not the case was not something they could believe or wanted to believe. I dare say there will be many who, hearing this for the first time, will also be as those who were advised of this back in 2005. And I totally appreciate their response. And why is this, dearest? It is because I found this exceedingly hard to appreciate myself at the time. To explain, Michael, or Soul Friend, as he was known, had been as real to me as is my life partner Keith. Those I'd spoken to in so-called spirit, the dead, were just as real to me as is my daughter. The messages I relayed and the information given to me by the so-called dead gave comfort to their loved ones in the flesh. In other words, this experience was, to me, as real as I am sitting here typing. To be advised that this was just an aspect of a fantasy my soul was having was upsetting and extremely hard to believe. Then, dearest, what allowed you to see the truth? It came slowly. Firstly, I had, for a couple of years prior to 2005, not seen spirit and wasn't given messages from the dead. I didn't place too much importance upon this at the time. I had stopped counselling some time before and was also in a new relationship. This new relationship was all-encompassing. I thought, at the time, that life had taken a new road for me, and I was happily enjoying this new road. And now, dearest? Now I am very happily enjoying my role as the medium for this information to become a part of the norm for the Earth experience. And why is this, dearest? Since 2005, I have, because of this information, become so grounded and real. Nothing much concerns me these days. I have an acceptance that I didn't have before learning the truth of our soul's journey. Our soul's journey, dearest? Appreciating the truth of our beginnings, our middle, and the agreed outcome for the earth experience fills me with calm. It seems so real now. I look forward to the changes that shall come. The changes, dearest? Yes, the changes. We haven't spoken as yet about the changes to come. For those who would like to know more, do know that upon our website, ABC of Spirit Talk, there are many articles relating to the changes to come. You and I here within the fantasy have a role in bringing the changes to fruition. If you are reading or listening to this podcast, it will be because you are a part of those here to bring these changes into being. There is so much more I'd like to tell you. There is so much more to know. If you are interested, I invite you to come along to our website, subscribe, and gain entry into a vast array of information. Many blessings, dear hearts, many blessings to all.